A childhood sweetheart romance that lasted for years. She pretended to be poor just to stay by my side, all to test whether I cared about money. And her final test was spending the entire 100,000 yuan I worked so hard to save. Money meant to save Grandma Lin's life. Staring at the empty bank card in my hand, I froze. Half a day passed before I came back to myself. I swallowed my anger and softly asked, Ruby Liu, what did you use that money for? Can you get it back? On the other end, Ruby Liu was silent for a long time, then suddenly said, Ethan Lin. If I told you I spent it all, and it's gone, what would you do? The moment I heard she spent it all, my first thought was, the money's gone. Grandma Lin can't get her surgery anymore. I'm going to lose the last family I have. Seeing I didn't say anything, Ruby gently said, Ethan, I know I was wrong not telling you first, but the money's already gone. You're not going to blame me, right? It wasn't even that much. I'll earn it back later. I didn't wait for her to finish. I hung up immediately. Standing there at the hospital payment counter, unable to move, I got a text, Jessie Bar, something's waiting in room 302. A strange number, a strange message. But for some reason, a vague sense of dread filled me. After a few seconds of hesitation, I rushed out of the hospital and grabbed a taxi straight to the bar. Meanwhile, to test me, Ruby had gathered her whole party crew, calling it a 1-year anniversary celebration for us. Amid the chaos, the VIP room door slowly opened. Everyone turned and saw a delivery guy figure standing there. When they realized it was me, Ruby sprang up instantly, rushing toward the door, her face full of panic and confusion. She had no idea why I was there. She asked, Ethan Lin, why are you here? Her face was pale and frantic. She instinctively reached for my hand, but I pulled away. Her heart dropped instantly. She grabbed my arm again, pleading, Ethan, it's not what it looks like. Please let me explain. Looking at the woman I loved, I gave a small, tired smile, and said, Ruby Liu, we're done. Soft voice, but rock solid. Ruby froze, then shook her head over and over. No, I'm not breaking up. Ethan, I can explain. I really can explain. I pried her fingers off, one by one. My voice calm but firm, my mind's made up. Ruby, let go. I only want one thing, return my money. A year together. Ruby knew me well. Once I decided, that was it. Breakup meant breakup, but Ruby didn't want that. She fought so hard to stay with me forever. She begged, Ethan, please don't leave me. I looked at her calmly, my eyes scanning everyone in the room, finally landing on Tyler, hidden from Ruby's view, smirking arrogantly at me, his lips mouthing, you can't beat me. I looked back at Ruby, and slowly said, fine, no breakup. Then give me 100,000 yuan, right now. That's all I want. Ruby froze. She bit her lip, Ethan, give me 1 day, okay? Tomorrow, I can give you as much as you want, but not today, please. I'm begging you. I looked at her, disappointed, my lips trembling slightly, finally whispered, Ruby, I just want the money from my card. Give it back to me. After today, we go our separate ways. Ruby still tried to hold on. But then my phone rang. The moment I saw the caller, my pupils tightened. I answered instantly. Whatever they said, my face went pale. I turned to leave, but Ruby grabbed my wrist. She begged, Ethan Lin, I'm not breaking up. I jerked my hand away. Ruby, let go. If you won't break up, then stay. Tomorrow, I'll give you whatever you want. I glanced at him, then slapped Ruby hard across the face. We're officially done. I shook her hand off, and walked away without looking back. I rushed out of the bar, but it was already late at night. The streets were empty, taxis were nearly impossible to find. The call earlier was from the hospital. Dr. Carter said Grandma Lin's condition had taken a turn for the worse. He told me to get to the hospital right away. The moment I heard that, it felt like the sky collapsed on me. All I wanted was to get to the hospital, fast. There wasn't even time to think. Not about the mess between me and Ruby Liu, not about anything. But even after more than 10 minutes, there wasn't a single taxi in sight. Instead, a Maybach crawled toward me from a distance. I was desperate to get to the hospital. So I gritted my teeth and dashed straight into the road. A sharp screech of brakes tore through the quiet street. I slowly opened my eyes. The Maybach had stopped less than 4 inches from me. If the driver had reacted a second slower, or if his steering had been off, I'd be flying through the air right now. I didn't have time to think. I ran to the car and pounded on the driver's window. The tinted glass slid down. Mr. Hayes looked at me, panic in his eyes. Young man, are you okay? I'm fine. Sir, please, could you take me to the hospital? Mr. Hayes looked awkwardly toward the back seat. Sitting there was a cold, elegant woman. I knew he had to listen to whoever was back there. So I went straight to the rear window. Tapped gently. Ma'am, could you please give me a ride? Grandma Lin is in critical condition. I need to get to the hospital now. Please, help me. Hearing that, Mr. Hayes looked moved. Then a cold voice said, get in. Mr. Hayes lit up with relief. He hurriedly told me to sit in the front, but the woman added, sit in the back. Mr. Hayes froze, then quickly got out to open the rear door for me. I was in such a rush. I slid in without noticing anything else. The moment I sat down, a gentle fragrance drifted toward me, slowly calming the storm inside my chest. I said, "Thank you." Viviancia glanced at me, and asked softly, as the car sped smoothly through the empty road. Thank God it was late at night. Barely anyone was around. Even speeding didn't seem dangerous now. I mean, who else would throw themselves into traffic for a ride? Half an hour later, we pulled up at the hospital doors. I barely got out a "thank you, Viviancia" before sprinting toward the operating room. Mr. Hayes watched me disappear, then turned to Viviancia. "Ma'am," before he could finish, she had already stepped out of the car and walked into the hospital. Mr. Hayes hurried after her. They soon found me, standing outside the operating room. Grandma Lynn had already been rushed into emergency surgery. I hadn't been there long when a nurse rushed out, telling me to pay the surgical fee. My hands shook pale as I held the bill, but I didn't have the money to pay it. Right then, I heard Viviancia behind me, "Mr. Wang, go pay the fees." Mr. Wang stepped forward instantly, snatched the bill from my hand, and sprinted away to pay it. I stared at Viviancia, my eyes reddening. I whispered, "Thank you." "Really, thank you," my voice cracked. He simply pulled a clean handkerchief from his pocket and held it out to me without hesitation. I took the handkerchief, my throat tightening like something was stuck there, all the hurt piling up in my heart, because of a stranger's kindness, suddenly burst out all at once. My tears fell, one after another, shattering on the floor like tiny droplets. Viviancia watched me, but didn't offer a single word of comfort. She simply stood by my side, keeping me company. Mr. Wang, the driver, returned shortly after. He glanced at Viviancia first, then walked over to me and said gently, "Kid, don't cry. The fees are all paid. Your Grandma Lynn is going to be fine." But my tears just kept falling, without the slightest intention of stopping. Seeing me like this, Mr. Wang suddenly thought of his own son, and couldn't help feeling a sting in his heart, and couldn't help feeling sorry for me. Viviancia looked over at Mr. Wang. He walked over to her immediately. They whispered to each other, and Mr. Wang smiled before walking off. A moment later, he came back with a bag. Rushing toward me, he shoved a warm cup of milk tea into my hands. "Here, kid. Warm your stomach." I looked at Mr. Wang with red, swollen eyes, ready to thank him, when he said, "She's the one who told me to buy it." I turned to thank Viviancia again. Tonight, I'd lost track of how many times I'd thanked her. 2 hours later, the operating room doors finally opened. Dr. Carter stepped out. I rushed up to him, my voice trembling. "Doctor, how's my Grandma Lynn?" Dr. Carter's face was full of sorrow. "Ethan Lynn, I'm sorry, we did everything we could." My knees buckled, and I nearly collapsed. Mr. Wang rushed forward to steady me. My tears began to fall again. Dr. Carter seemed almost accustomed to scenes like this. He spoke gently, with sympathy. "She still has a little time left. You two should say your goodbyes." Not long after, they wheeled Grandma Lynn out. I followed her back to the ward. Viviancia walked behind us. Mr. Wang naturally trailed along, but the two of them didn't go inside. They stayed outside the door. Inside, I pressed Grandma Lynn's cracked, fragile hand against my cheek. I held her hand with all my strength, as if loosening my grip would mean losing her the very next second. But I knew that was just my own desperate lie. My voice trembled. "Grandma Lynn." She lay there, her face pale. Hearing my voice, she slowly opened her eyes, and when she saw my red, swollen ones, she gave me the same gentle smile she always had. Her hand brushed my face softly. "Why are you crying? Did someone bully my Ethan Lynn? Tell Grandma. Grandma will stand up for you." My tears fell like a broken string of pearls, unstoppable. I choked out, "Grandma, please, don't leave me." Her eyes had grown wet too. She tried to lift her hand, and gently patted my head. "Grandma can't stay with you anymore. I'm sorry, don't go, okay?" Hearing me sob inside the room, Mr. Wang, a big, sturdy man, also reddened his eyes. Viviancia remained expressionless, but her gaze never left me. A voice echoed down the quiet hallway. "The straw needs to be taken for testing." Mr. Wang froze. Then he quickly composed himself. "Yes, ma'am," he said. He picked up the milk teacup I had just drunk from, and walked off. Viviancia looked into the room, as if whispering silently, "So it was you." Inside, I clutched Grandma Lynn's hand. My heart felt like it was being sliced open. The pain was unbearable. Seeing me like that, she shed tears too. She looked at me tenderly, and said it was a pity she wouldn't live to see me get married. "Where's Ruby Lou? Why isn't she with you?" The moment she mentioned Ruby, I avoided her gaze. She didn't press further, but she seemed to understand. She sighed softly. "If you're not happy, then let it go. All I want is for you to be happy." I burst into tears, collapsing against her. I cried for a long while. Grandma was calmer than I was. She lifted her hand to wipe my tears. "I don't have much time left. There are a few things I want to tell you." I swallowed hard, trying to listen. "After I'm gone," she said, You must take care of yourself. Find someone who loves you, more than the person you love. That way, I can leave peacefully." I nodded through tears. "I promise, Grandma, I'll live well." "There's a small box under my bed," she said. "It holds all the money I saved. Take it." I had always known she treasured that box, but never knew what was inside. She said she never regretted finding me on the roadside that day. She was grateful for it. I said, "If you hadn't picked me up, I wouldn't have survived." She stroked my face lovingly. Her clouded eyes looked at me a few more times, memorizing me. Then they slowly closed. Her hand loosened in mine. I froze for a moment, seeing her eyes gently shut. I couldn't say a word. My vision blurred with tears. I leaned my head against hers. My voice softened on its own. "Grandma Lin, I'll live well. You can rest now." Outside, Mr. Wang hurried over. He was about to speak, but Vivian Xie stopped him. Mr. Wang looked inside the room and immediately understood. He closed his mouth, stepping aside. Vivian Xie watched me quietly from the doorway, a faint ripple in her calm eyes. I stayed in the ward for a while. When I finally walked out, they were still there. I blinked in surprise. "You two, still haven't left?" Then something hit me. "The surgery fees, do you need help?" Vivian Xie's voice cut me off. I lifted my head to look at her. It took me a moment before I could continue. In a very soft voice, I said, "Could you lend me a little more money? I want to give Grandma Lin a proper farewell." Vivian Xie replied slowly, "All right." Then she took out a business card. She held it out to me. "I'll be in Mountain City for the next few days. If you need anything, contact me." I accepted the card and glanced at Vivian Xie. The name suited her perfectly. "Thank you, Miss Xie. I'll pay you back." Vivian Xie didn't refuse. She just nodded. With the money borrowed, I began arranging Grandma Lin's funeral. She had no family in the city, so I decided to cremate her. I wanted to find a peaceful place in the mountains, somewhere she could truly rest. From the funeral home staff, I received Grandma Lin's ashes. Every part of me felt weighed down and black. My face was tired and sorrowful. I gently stroked the urn and whispered, "Grandma Lin, I'm taking you home." I called a taxi and brought the ashes back to our little house. But right at the door, I saw someone I never expected. Today, Ruby Liu looked nothing like the girl from the past year. She was dressed head to toe in designer brands, carrying a pricey Chanel bag. She looked like she belonged in a rich family. From afar, Ruby saw me step out of the taxi, but didn't notice what I was holding. It wasn't until she got closer that she realized it was an urn, and Grandma Lin's photo was on it. Ruby froze on the spot. It took her a long time to speak. "Ethan Lin. Grandma Lin, she." I didn't look at her once. I walked straight inside. Ruby snapped out of it and hurried after me, fear written across her face. "So that's why I couldn't reach you these days? It's because Grandma Lin passed away?" I stayed silent, unlocked the door, and stepped inside with the urn. Ruby hesitated for a second, then followed. She hovered behind me nervously, watching me carefully, as I placed Grandma Lin's urn on the table, her photo directly facing Ruby. She looked so guilty she couldn't even meet the photo's gaze. I turned around and said coldly, "Ms. Ruby, what do you want?" Hearing the way I addressed her, Ruby's heart clenched. She panicked, reaching to grab my hand, but I stepped away immediately. My voice was icy. "Ruby Liu, don't make me hate you." Her face twisted and hurt, as if I was the one doing something wrong. Ridiculous. "Ruby Liu, stop acting like the victim. From beginning to end, wasn't I the one who got hurt?" Ruby pulled back her expression, trying to act cute like before, hoping I'd soften and forgive. But when she saw the coldness in my eyes, she faltered. "Ethan Lin? I'm sorry. Grandma Lin's gone. You must be devastated." "I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed someone most." I felt nothing, just stared at her quietly, then suddenly let out a bitter laugh. "Ruby Liu, you disgust me." I had never spoken to her that harshly, so she just stood there, stunned. I didn't want to say more. Seeing her only reminded me of that painful night. Even though Grandma Lin's death wasn't her fault, I still couldn't forgive her. "Ruby Liu, leave. I don't want to see you anymore." Ruby snapped back to reality, grabbed my wrist in a panic. She pleaded desperately, "Ethan Lin? I really know I was wrong." Her grip tightened in fear, shaking, begging pathetically. "Ethan Lin, I really know I messed up. Please forgive me, just this once. I know Grandma Lin's death hit you hard. Let me stay with you." "Ruby, do you know why? That night, I demanded you pay me back?" The topic changed too fast. Ruby couldn't follow. Her eyes were still full of confusion. With a cold face, I pried her fingers off. "Just like that night. Because you spent the money meant to save Grandma Lin's life. If she had gotten the surgery just a little earlier, maybe she wouldn't have left me." One sentence hit Ruby like a bomb going off inside. Her eyes widened in horror. She stared at me, unable to breathe. After a long while, she choked out, "Xiaobei, You're lying to me, right? I looked at Ruby, still trying to fool herself, and shook my head coldly. And just like that, he dropped another bomb on her. Ruby Liu, the night I left the bar, you went into a hotel with another man, didn't you? Hearing that, Ruby Liu's face instantly turned pale. Her eyes darted away. She was clearly guilty. The truth is, on the day Grandma Lin passed, I received a photo. In it, Ruby Liu was leaning on a guy, her neck full of red marks, sleeping soundly beside him. At that moment, something in me completely died. I felt nothing looking at that picture, not a single ripple inside. Back when we were together, I had told her clearly, I don't tolerate betrayal or lies. Break even one rule, and I'll walk away without hesitation. Turn my back and leave. And now, Ruby Liu didn't just break one, she broke both. There's no going back. Not to mention, there's also Grandma Lin's matter between us. Ruby Liu knew she had lost all hope, but she still couldn't let go. I was the only man she ever truly fell for. How could she give that up? Xiao Bei, I really can't lose you. Please, forgive me just this once. Grandma Lin may be gone, but you still have me. I'll treat you well from now on. I swear I will. She said that, then took a few steps forward, reaching out to hug me. I dodged quickly, turned around, ready to run, but Ruby Liu grabbed my wrist. She pulled harder, collapsing against me. After days of running around, I was exhausted. In that moment, I couldn't break free. Ruby Liu stared at my lips, inches away, her eyes filled with longing. She slowly rose on tiptoes to kiss me. I realized her intention. My eyes went cold. Her movement froze. Then a wild look appeared in her eyes. Xiao Bei, I really love you. As long as I have you, you won't ever leave me again, right? Her words terrified me. I began struggling desperately. Suddenly, a figure burst through the door, dragging Ruby Liu off me. Before she could react, a slap landed across her face, hard enough to split her lip open. I got up from the sofa, stunned to see Vivian Xie standing there. Miss Xie? Vivian Xie flung Ruby Liu to the floor, her face icy cold. The air around her turned frigid. Ruby Liu stared at her in shock, then looked at me. The way we looked at each other made her snap. She blurted out recklessly, Ethan Lin, so that's why you dumped me so fast, because you have someone else. She's richer than me, so you picked her, right? Ruby Liu was a rich kid, so of course she could tell. Vivian Xie's clothes were insanely expensive. I froze for a second, then slapped Ruby Liu hard. Ruby Liu, get out of my house. She looked regretful, but once the words left her mouth, there was no taking them back. She looked at Vivian Xie, then at me, and could only leave reluctantly. Ruby Liu walked out. The room fell silent, just me and Vivian Xie. Even though my heart had died for Ruby Liu, her words still stung. I couldn't help feeling upset, a little sad. Vivian Xie held a handkerchief out to me, her tone cold, unreadable. Why is it every time I see you, you're crying? I didn't answer. I wiped my tears harshly. I won't cry anymore. Vivian Xie stared at me quietly, said nothing, just tucked the handkerchief away. I steadied myself, then looked at her. You came to find me, for something? She didn't beat around the bush. She simply glanced toward the door. Mr. Wang walked in holding a folder. She took it, and handed it straight to me. I took it, confused, and opened it. Inside was a DNA test report. The result stated, a 99.99% probability of a blood relationship. Meaning, I and the other person in the report were father and son. I stared at Vivian Xie. So you're saying, I'm your long-lost younger brother? Vivian Xie hesitated, then a soft smile curved her lips. For a moment, it felt like flowers blossomed before my eyes. I never imagined someone so aloof and elegant could look that beautiful when she smiled. But it faded instantly. She quickly pulled her expression back in. Her voice, though, softened a little. To be precise, you're the long-lost younger brother of my best friend. Our families go way back. I see, so you and my biological sister are best friends. The two families were close, so she was simply helping them find someone. But how did you know that I was actually your best friend's long-lost brother? Vivian Xie looked at my face. You look a lot like your birth mother when she was young. My birth mother and I do look alike, and it just so happened a daughter of a prestigious family saw me, so Vivian Xie guessed. I might be the child her close friends had lost years ago. Looking down at the documents in my hand, for a moment, it was hard to process everything. The news that I'd found my birth parents. Seeing my expression, Vivian Xie gently apologized. The moment the DNA results came back, I immediately informed your family. From what I know, they're already on their way. They'll arrive in Sun City tomorrow. Hearing that my birth parents were coming, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't shaken. Grandma Lin never hid the truth from me, that she had found me as an abandoned child. She'd reported it to the police when she found me, but they never located the family who lost a child. There was never any news about my birth parents. After some time, Grandma Lin gave up the search for them, my birth parents, and chose to raise me herself. I'm sorry, I made the decision myself. Her voice was soft, yet sharp enough to pull me back to reality. I shook my head lightly. You didn't do anything wrong. No need to apologize. Then, do you want to meet them? I went silent, then slowly shook my head. I don't know. Grandma Lin just passed away. My mind was a mess. It's fine. I know it's hard to accept everything at once. You can take your time. They'll be here tomorrow anyway. Can you give me one night to think it through? Vivian Xie smiled softly. Of course. That's your right. Then I won't bother you anymore. I'll head out now. I walked her to the door. Before she got into the car, I said softly, "Thank you, Miss Xie." She turned back and looked at me, gave a small nod, then bent down and got in. Mr. Wang gave me a friendly smile before driving away. I closed the door, walked to the table, held Grandma Lin's urn and took it to my bedroom, placed it by my bedside. My fingers brushed across the urn's surface. I lowered my head, lost in thought. Half a minute later, I pulled out a small box from under the bed. It was an old metal cookie tin, very old. I carefully wiped the dust off, then slowly opened it. There wasn't much inside. Some old cash, neatly wrapped in a handkerchief, a few photographs, a red pouch, and an envelope. Seeing these things made my eyes burn. I picked up the photos. They were rare pictures of me and Grandma Lin. Her face was full of kindness, and I was smiling happily. My fingers brushed across her face in the photo. Grandma Lin's face. A tear landed straight on the picture. More tears followed. I wiped them away, gently dried the photo and put it back. Then I picked up the envelope. Grandma Lin couldn't read. She shouldn't have been able to write a letter. So why was there a letter inside this box? I slowly opened it. Inside was exactly that, a letter. A letter she had someone write for her before she passed. In it, she said she knew she couldn't stay with me much longer. She hoped that after she was gone, I'd use what was in the red pouch to find my birth parents. She also wrote about the circumstances of the day she found me, and the things I had with me back then. She kept all of it in this box. After reading, I opened the red pouch. Inside was a longevity lock, beautifully crafted. When Grandma Lin found me, it had already been around my neck. There was a name engraved on the back. Funny enough, her last name was Lin too, so she named me Ethan Lin. Thinking about it made my tears fall again. I cried all night holding her urn. The next morning, I made a decision. If Grandma Lin wanted me to find my birth parents and reunite with them, then I would listen. Didn't they say they were coming to Sun City? Then I'd go meet them once. But I was also very clear. If my birth parents showed even a hint that they didn't want me, I wouldn't follow them. I'd rather live alone than return to people who didn't accept me. One afternoon, just as I was heading out, someone knocked on my door. I opened it and saw a group of people. Among them was a middle-aged couple, their faces oddly familiar, especially the beautiful woman. She looked a little like me. Seeing her face was like looking at a younger version of myself. She couldn't hold back her tears. She took a few steps forward and pulled me into her arms. Of course, my son, I finally found you. My whole body stiffened, instinctively pulling away. But her choked sobs right by my ear softened me. I wanted to free myself from her arms, but I just couldn't. The more she cried, the more heartbreaking it became. Her warm tears fell onto my neck. I hesitated, raising my hand, and gently patted her back. Don't cry, I murmured. My words only made her cry harder. The man beside her had red eyes too, though he tried his best to keep it together. Seeing how uncomfortable I was, he stepped forward and gently pulled his wife back. That's enough. Stop crying. You're scaring our son. Hearing that, my mother quickly wiped her tears. Right. We mustn't scare our boy. It's just... I'm so happy. Only then did I remember to invite them inside. I headed to the kitchen to boil some water. My biological parents walked in, looking around my humble home. My mother's tears began to fall again. The house was worn down, but neatly kept, warmly decorated. Yet, their son should never have had to live this way. In everyone's heart, that same thought lingered. The entire Lin family had come this time. My parents, and even the twin siblings. When they heard their lost brother was found, my brother, Lin Lingchen, and my sister, Lin Lingwan, both dropped everything, rushing with our parents to Sun City. When the door opened earlier, they saw my face, and immediately knew I was their long-lost brother, because my face looks almost identical to Mother Lin's when she was young, and with the DNA results in Vivian Xie's hands, everything was fully confirmed. Now, seeing the place I lived all these years, my siblings, both looked utterly heartbroken. In the tiny kitchen, I stared at the kettle beginning to boil. Even though I'd prepared myself to meet them, standing before them in real life, it felt strangely familiar. We rarely had visitors, so we didn't even own a full tea set. I rummaged around and found some mugs, made tea and carried it out. The moment I stepped outside, my mother rushed toward me, quickly steadying my hand. My brother, Lin Lingchen, sharp as ever, stepped in to take the tray from me. Let me do it. I tried to refuse, but he had already taken it. My mother tugged me into the only small sofa in the house. Everyone else found their own seats. No one showed the slightest disdain for my shabby home, only deep sympathy. I'm sorry. The place is a bit small. I muttered. Ethan Lin's mother looked at me, so polite, so distant. I couldn't help it. My eyes grew red again. I didn't take good care of you. And you had to suffer because of it. I saw Ethan Lin's mother about to cry again. A heaviness settled in my chest. Maybe it was the bond between mother and child. I reached out and gently patted her back. Mom, don't cry. That one word, Mom, made her forget her tears altogether. She stared at me, stunned and overjoyed. Ethan Lin, you're willing to call me Mom? Even the neighbors were happy for her. Ethan Lin's father couldn't hold it in. He sat beside me, pointed at himself. And what about me? I'm your dad. That hopeful look in his eyes? I couldn't bear to disappoint him, so I softly said, Dad. A grown man like him, hearing that one word, his eyes instantly reddened. He turned away, wiping his damp eyes. Lin Tran looked at me, smiling gently. I'm your big brother. Lin Yuyan gave a warm smile. And I'm your sister. Seeing the kindness in their eyes, I smiled back for real. Brother. Sister. Seeing how quickly I accepted them, my mother was so happy she wanted to hug me, but then she hesitated, as if unsure. So I leaned forward and hugged her first. Her tears burst free again. She held me and sobbed uncontrollably. Lin Tran wiped his eyes too. Lin Yuyan blinked, then turned toward Vivian Xia, who had been quietly standing aside the whole time. Vivian's deep gaze at that moment was fixed on me sitting on the sofa, her expression calm, but still revealing how moved she was that her best friend had finally found her lost little brother. Vivian, thank you. Truly, Lin Yuyan said sincerely. Vivian withdrew her gaze, then suddenly patted her shoulder twice. Of course. After she finished crying, Ethan Lin's mother held my hand tightly and began asking, one detail at a time, about my life over the past 20+ years. I began telling them how Grandma Lin found me, how she struggled to raise me on her own. I went through everything, one story at a time. I only shared the good parts and softened all the hardship, but honestly, they didn't need me to say it. They knew how many years Grandma Lin and I leaned on each other. It couldn't have been easy. Afraid I still couldn't face the truth, they didn't press further. I wasn't ready to accept my own background. So I didn't mention the Ethan Lin family much. But I never forgot what Grandma Lin did for me. She gave me a new life and raised me with everything she had. Ethan Lin's father grew emotional. We truly owe her more than we can ever repay. The moment he mentioned her, my chest tightened with grief. Ethan Lin's mother patted my back. Don't be sad anymore. We'll find Grandma Lin the best resting place. Really? Yes, really. Come back to the capital with us, sweetheart. Alright, Ethan's mother said, once the timing felt right. Ethan Lin's mother invited me to return home with them. I had already prepared myself to leave, but knowing they wanted me back so badly, I found no reason to hesitate. I agreed to leave this place with them, because here, there was no one and nothing left to hold me. Okay, I'll go home with everyone. When I said yes, the entire Lin family lit up with joy. Lin Yuyan immediately pulled out her phone and began arranging everything. Mrs. Lin and Lin Tran helped me pack what few belongings I had. While we were packing, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. I glanced at it once, then switched it to silent. Before leaving the city, I planned to abandon this number entirely, cutting every tie to this place. A final goodbye. An hour later, I carried Grandma Lin's ashes, along with my small luggage, and stepped into the Maybach heading for the airport. We had barely left the neighborhood when Ruby Liu arrived at my small house. The moment she stepped out of the car, she rushed to my door and started knocking, but no matter how hard she knocked, no one opened the door. Ethan, it's me, please open the door. Can we please talk this out? Ethan, I swear I'm sorry. Please don't ignore me anymore. I don't want to break up. I really don't want to break up. Ruby Liu kept talking to herself at the door, but the house stayed completely silent. Tyler showed up soon after. Seeing Ruby Liu so hopelessly devoted, he bit his lip. Even though jealousy was eating him alive inside, he still tried to act gentle on the outside, tried to look understanding. Boom! Rain suddenly poured down. Ruby Liu was soaked instantly. Seeing that, Tyler grabbed an umbrella from his driver and held it over her head. Ruby, it's raining. Let's get in the car, okay? Get lost. I don't need your pity. Today I have to get Ethan's forgiveness. Tyler lowered his gaze. Ruby, I said get lost. Don't you understand? If it weren't for you, Ethan wouldn't have left me. It's all your fault, every bit of it. Ruby, but I'm your fiancé. We're supposed to get married. Ruby Liu snapped at his words. She spun around, eyes red with fury. I will never marry you. Tyler froze at her outburst, then suddenly threw the umbrella aside and rushed forward to pull her into his arms. When we reached the airport, I took out my old phone. I even tossed the phone card in the bucket, straight into the airport trash can. After throwing everything away, it felt like a tiny speck of dust on my heart had finally been wiped clean. Without looking back, I carried Grandma Lin's ashes and followed the neighbors onto the flight headed for the capital.